Stuff.
I didn't know you could even do that. That's cool.
Yeah, that's cool. My bad.
It just fits so perfectly. Like, oops.
I typed that because I was like, oh, he's clicking the thing right now. I don't have the time to type max your volume.
Oh, and that's
And I'm like, but I think I have time to type oops.
So, God, I can never get through a good introduction. You know, I always start off laughing or something. You know, that happens every time. God bless. Scott Payne, how you doing today, my friend?
Pretty good. How are you guys?
Yeah, doing pretty good. We're ran a little behind. We'll see what y'all guys don't know is we witnessed Scott was literally fighting Corona Chan right in front of us.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
yep, it was epic.
He kicked Corona Chan's ass. It's over. It's done. You know what he didn't do? You know what Scott didn't do? He didn't do this.
Ah!
I still don't come with a name for that ability. Yeah, I don't.
Oh man. Piper, at the time, do we need to put up your technical difficulty? I don't think Scott was here for that one. Yeah, it's just this.
Back in a moment.
Yeah. Exactly.
I'm not drinking today and the camera's off. We're good.
Oh yeah, pray for Micah. Micah's dying. If people didn't know.
Oh yeah,
I
saw something about that.
But the thing is, Micah does exactly what my dad does, right? My dad will like get the flu or something like that. And, doctor says, all right, take a few days off from work, blah, blah, blah. Next thing you know, he's like, dressing up, going, what are you doing? I'm going to sweat it out.
Right.
And I only got from my 40 years of experience when he's gotten the flu, that he would get the flu and be over it in like 2 days. Because he just he's like, literally, I'm going to kick flu's ass.
Mega immune system.
Well, it works.
Yeah. So
how long would the new virus take?
I don't know. I really don't want to try it. I don't want to give it an opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
I am encouraged that from today's news conferences and thing that we have some treatments coming that seem to be beneficial. Actually,
yeah. Who would have thought that Africa would have?
Africa actually saved us, apparently. Yeah. It's like if you look at the outbreak map, like African countries have been pretty much untouched because they're already on anti-malarial drugs. So
yeah, I was noticing that they're not really hurting.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Russia was neither until recently.
Yeah, but excuse my sniffles. I don't have Corona Chan. I just have allergies. So everybody stay in the back like, I don't know about that. Yeah. Let's go drink some colloidal silver and get away from this guy.
Oh God. Anybody ever mentions fucking colloidal silver, you want to kick them in the dick for me?
Yeah, sure.
Just the whole audience. Just the whole audience.
Mm-hmm.
I need y'all to just kick whoever talks about colloidal silver right in the dick. Right in the pussy, as it may be.
I want to point out Ireland closed 36 pubs on St. Patrick's Day, so that means the entire economy of Ireland crashed.
Kaput.
Vegas closed casinos. Yeah, a lot of honestly, and this is just me. Maybe I don't think you should do a total shutdown, but like non-essential stuff. What's the point of getting in, stuff like that? You know what I mean? Like, and then I say that, and then Anthony shows up.
Right.
Who works in a bar and he's like, can't go to work right now. So,
but I unfortunately can understand because these are all places where lots of people
Mhm.
Gather,
crowd
yeah.
close together.
Yeah. Let me see if I can find an. Hold on a second. So I find an outbreak map.
Oh, you're welcome, buddy.
Who's
Optimus is like, no, it was not depressed enough. Let me bring out a map that shows how many.
how many cases we got? Yeah, right. I think that's the. Is it the most recent, or does it? No, it's Wikipedia. You can't trust them. Don't trust the Wikipeds. That's an early map. Was that from today? Yeah. View image. I'll open this up. Was this? Yeah, well, it's March 4th. This is close enough.
Yes, we know about GameStop.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that.
Everybody's been laughing at GameStop.
They're fully essential business.
Exactly.
The economy could not exist without the presence of GameStop being
Right,
open.
you're right. Yeah. Yeah. You see all this here?
Right?
That's,
See all that shit down in South America too?
yeah. Let me guess. Also anti-malarials, right?
Probably.
Everywhere there's malaria.
Mm-hmm. There's
That's
not a
interesting.
widespread. Yeah,
That is interesting.
it's interesting. Now I think this is as of March 4th.
Let's move to Africa and get some malaria shots. I mean,
yeah.
It's little tablet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And
Even better.
You need two
Even
of them.
better.
Yeah.
One is chloroquine.
Less pain.
I don't know
Yeah.
what the hell the other one is. I forgot it already.
Yeah, I agree with that. On a serious note, big prayer to the homeless in Washington and California.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree with
Yeah.
that. That they're going to get hit. The homeless population is going to get the hardest in all this, in all honesty, because they won't get treated.
Yeah.
No.
More than likely.
And plus, their immune systems, a lot of them are compromised, and I mean, they're not as clean as non-homeless people. So it's sucks.
So yeah, something interesting today.
Well, I mean, they're helping everybody else. Like they go, and I mean, at least take them somewhere, and I don't know. At least put them in a building somewhere, give them food, and say you can't go outside, and maybe they'll make it through this.
Yep. But who knows? I mean, there's also talks like, maybe the weather when it gets warmer, maybe that'll knock it down. Who knows? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I've heard that they've determined that it's not, the weather's not going to affect it. But actually, no, I've said that. Take that back. They have not. But I don't understand that either. Why can't they take some of it, put it in 80, 90-degree room and see what happens?
Yeah.
See if it dies.
Oh wait, wrong one. This one.
Uh-oh.
You know what that means?
Yep.
Fat broads and horse-faced lesbians.
What? It's been a while since I've seen something so random.
Yeah. Just watch some presidential debates. You'll get some random sound bites.
I haven't keep up on any of that. But
So yeah, so I mentioned about GameStop. So yeah, so anybody doesn't know, the YouTuber Camelot331 put out a video today where he actually got to sit in. He got to give. Somebody gave him the passcode to sit in on a GameStop conference call where they talked about how they're going to deal with the outbreak. And essentially, they made the GameStop has declared themselves essential commerce.
They actually said that.
Yeah, they're reasoning
now I get.
everybody's
the joke
working
earlier.
from
Okay.
home, so they're gonna need our stuff.
Yeah.
Wow.
They even there
Wow.
was talks about because they got 2 big releases this week.
Well,
they got Doom Eternal.
Doom Eternal. Yeah.
And
I
Animal
can't wait for that
Crossing.
game.
And so now they thought they were making a big deal. Oh, we split them in 2.
I mean, you could argue that way things are, people need home entertainment right now more than ever. But really, what it comes down to, GameStop is, well, let's face it, their stocks are doing horrible. Everyone's going digital, so they're just like,
and they have
we
a
still need this, right?
website they
Because we
ship
need money
stuff from.
desperately. Please keep us open and keep buying our physical games.
What they should do. Okay, here we go. Yeah, here you go. Yeah. Not only that, they said they would even defy state law and tell their employees to tell the cops they are in fact essential.
Yeah.
and even
They
will
have
tell
given
it-
that memo to employees, I believe.
They could just yell coronavirus when the cops come in. I have coronavirus, and they'll leave. And like, yeah, we get to stay open longer.
But yeah, so that, and basically they're going over like, and you got people who are genuinely concerned. You can hear the concern in these people's voices, right? The actual, store managers and things like that, and they're saying like, I got one person who's already self quarantining, and my other employees are worried, and also they're worried about like getting paid, and they were like, and then they said this the way they worded it was just scumbag. Like,
Oh,
pure
no.
scumbag. They said, well, we can't pay somebody who doesn't want to come into work. Want to come into work.
Wow, I work for a place like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, have you heard any such a scumbag thing to say about
Yes,
this situation?
I have.
Ugh.
unfortunately.
I mean, trust me. I used to work for GameStop. I know.
Oh,
I know exactly
wow.
how to. One time, I kid you not, we had a
I
situation.
love the GameStop, the ex GameStop employee stories. They're just so excellent. Keep
Yeah.
going, buddy. Keep going.
We had a situation where we had snow, right? And I live in North Carolina. Snow is not a usual thing. And where it snowed here, and I mean, it snowed. And it ain't just like I'm saying, oh, a little dusting, and everybody went crazy. No, this is like a good 2 foot in like the span of 4 hours.
Wow.
We actually had a blizzard.
Was
But
it like 2004?
Huh?
Was it like 2004?
I want to say that sounds about right, Piper.
Probably was, because that was when a big one hit like a lot of states
that
around
north-
here. Yeah.
Stuff, yeah. So it hit, but the thing is, it only the way how you look at weather, and how it kind of sometimes a weather pattern will loop and not hit a certain area. It will, like one part of the state could be sunny and nice, and the other part will be, literally under a foot of snow.
Right. Yeah.
And that was the situation we were under. The guy said the DM who was 50 miles away says, "Oh, it's nice here." Well, that's great. It's not here. And in another company, well, you don't hear that much about them because they're out of business now. But Radio Shack was really bad too for that stuff.
Yeah.
Because I knew a guy who worked at Radio Shack, and they had this thing where it's like it was one time we were in the middle of a blizzard, and we were both working, so we literally would like just leave our stores and come hang out in the mall. There was nobody else
Nice.
there. We were just like,
No,
hey, what's going on, brother? I don't know. We go to each other's stores and hang out.
That's awesome.
And he came to our store. He said, like, yeah, my DM called. I said, what did he say? He said, yeah, make sure you're giving out, like, it was like giving out something that they were giving away, to make people come in the store and stuff like that. So he literally took his camera and took pictures of the mall, the empty mall. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna give it out to all these people here. And then you would occasionally get the people who would come in that would brave the storm. They're not going to buy anything. They're just like, oh, I just want to see if we come out. Like, you're the reason why I can't leave. You know that, right? You bastards.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Oh, wait, I got this. Let me throw that up there. And
Uh-oh.
But I mean, going back to how bad GameStop's going real quick. It's been. I have a friend who he still lets go into GameStop and look around.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes he buys stuff, not so much. And every time I go in there now, I'm like, I look around. I'm like, once in a while I see a game I want. I'm more digital now, just because I just turn it on and go. I don't have to get up and change the disc or whatever.
Right.
And anyway, so I guess I'm more one of those ones that's like, why do I have GameStop now when I can just, and I think that's becoming more of the norm, more of the population is just going, why does GameStop still exist? I don't know, especially since they're filling it more now with other stuff because the other stuff's not selling. So you got, not that I'm dissing figures and all the memorabilia and all that stuff. I still love that stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
But it's starting to
expensive than I can afford. So, that's another thing too. Unless you've got lots of spending money, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, but the whole one of the things is like with GameStop. I've been saying this for a while. I remember I worked there when they bought a digital service, right? And then they ran it into the ground.
Yeah,
yeah.
You know what would be a great thing to have right now? A digital service.
A digital service.
On that goddamn goddamn digital platform.
Well, you look at all the mainstream. I mean, the like Xbox is going all backwards compatible, and you can, just pay for a service and play all these games. I mean, that's just gonna. I mean, Sony's looking at doing kind of something like that too next, and it's like, that too. Like Sony, and I hope this happens with the PS5. I haven't heard it's confirmed, but there's patents that have come out about it for the technology that they're going to allow people to trade and sell their digital games. That would completely obliterate GameStop. Like whatever they got left, what about it?
There's no point
if it happens.
If it happens, there would be no point for GameStop to exist anymore.
No.
Yeah.
And I would say good riddance, personally, because it's a horrible company.
I want my Think Geek back. God damn it.
Yeah,
I do like
Think Geek.
All right, Think Geek was awesome, and then GameStop took it, and now
ran it into the ground as usual.
Yep. Yeah, I was gonna say now it's just pretty much dead. Like,
I remember when
I haven't been on the website a while. Have they killed it?
It's dead. Yeah, it redirects you to GameStop.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's messed up. Because they had such cool things in there you couldn't get anywhere else. I mean, I like the store. There's a mall near here where they have the Think Geek store, and there's fun stuff in there.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah. But the thing is, though, at first they had cool stuff, kind of like the website has, where you have unique things you can't get anywhere else.
Yeah.
That got slowly pushed out, and so now it's just all stuff you can get anywhere, or at least a lot of places, like just action figures and
your typical collectible stuff now.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
basically inside the
either,
GameStop.
it's not unique. Like it's not unique. Yeah.
God damn it.
Yes.
I used to get like weird shit from there. It was like got my first like aluminum tube speaker from there.
Wow.
Man, I would get such cool gifts for people there.
Yeah. We never had a Think Geek around us.
I always did it online.
Why do they go, oh, no, this stuff's not going to sell, I guess, maybe, but I don't know. It just seems kind of weird that they just killed that.
Well, you'd have to do that. I had to explain the corporate culture at GameStop.
Oh boy,
how out of touch they are, and I've always have been. Let me tell you one time. It was when I can remember because this is when the first Xbox was out. So you had like the three consoles. You had Xbox, GameCube, PS2, right? And I remember specifically one time I had to answer the phone like this. Thank you for calling GameStop, where you can pre-order Jade Empire, Doom, and I had to go like 5 titles that I had to list off in one greeting.
I remember that.
And if I didn't do it, and they said if you don't do it, you're going to get written up.
Yeah, that goddamn shit.
Really? Wow. Yeah, I remember I would call about for pre-orders and stuff or whatever, and they would every time the guy answers, he has to tell you about 3 to 5 or whatever games, and then he'll finally talk to you. It's like, damn, dude.
It's like you might as well. I said, why don't I said it? I said straight up. I said we should just have a recording.
Yep.
And then we just pick up the phone after the recording's done. You know what I mean? Like I said it because this is stupid to have to remember all this shit.
Yeah.
How long? I mean, when did you leave there, Optimus?
2012.
Okay.
What happened is I got injured on the job, and they did that whole like, oh, we'll fix him. We just cut his hours until he wants to leave.
Wow.
I said, yeah, guys, but you'll have one problem. Workers' comp already accepted the claim. So
nice.
if I leave, y'all's got to pay me.
Hell yeah, brother.
So I left, and they had to pay me for like 7 or 8 months just to sit at home.
Nice. Nice.
And of course, I had because I was having surgeries and stuff during that time. So they had to literally pay me to sit at home. I'm like,
wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, you got rid of me, but you're still paying me. Idiots. And then they had to settle me. I think I settled for like $15,000. So
damn.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice. Very good.
I used that to pay some bills and all that good stuff. Lived on it for probably 2 years. Because I was I'm living at home and all that stuff, so I didn't have to any rent or anything like that. So I could just.
So it was the best thing that could happen to you at the time.
Essentially, yeah.
That's awesome, buddy. Wow.
But yeah, it was a mess. And like I said, they tried to flim-flam about, he got injured on the job, but did he get injured on the job? I'm like, okay. I said, we'll take care of that. All my doctors, basically wrote letters saying that he has never once had any issues with his shoulders. Either one, I said, because they're trying to say because it happened, nobody was there when it happened. But the thing is, I immediately called my manager and told him what happened. Like, the second it happened, I was like, yeah, I screwed my shoulder up. I don't know what happened. I know what happened. I said I was trying to do something and my shoulder got popped out of socket. Right. And so the next day I came to work because I was heading to the doctor, but I came by work and he went ahead and filled out the paperwork for workers' comp. And to my surprise, they accepted it. Usually you got to fight it, get a lawyer and all this stuff to get them to accept it. But they actually just went ahead and accepted it. I'm like, okay.
Sweet.
So yeah, Fatty says it goes fast. It does go fast unless you're. There's the thing. I've noticed one thing. If you are, if you already lived life, you're already kind of on the edge of losing everything, you can stretch out 15K a long time.
Yeah, I was about to say, he says I blow through 20K after getting laid off in 2 months, and I'm like, how?
How do you do that?
What the hell are you doing?
I mean, I could buy a lot of alcohol, but I can't buy that much alcohol.
A Funko Land Massacre. Now, see, that's another thing GameStop was doing. They bought
the Funko Massacre. Oh,
yeah,
little things.
E3 game, E3 or not E3?
Electronic Critique, EB Games. Yeah.
Except for in Canada, they kept alive in Canada. But I used to love that store.
Yeah,
just because they had anime, they had action figures you couldn't get anywhere else. Yeah, I had comic books. Yeah, it was more of a diverse kind of entertainment store. But
yeah,
they just ran that into the ground, and that too. That's one of the things that up until until I went digital. I was okay with GameStop. I still shopped at GameStop, still bought games there and whatnot. But yeah, when the fact that they killed a lot of businesses before that, yes, they are a huge monopoly. They're kind of the Disney back then, and in the gaming store industry. But yeah,
well, Fatty did,
and I do miss games.
Fatty clarified he paid off credit cards, paid rent, got him, worked on his muscle car, got some comics, some food, paid some bills.
Nice.
Okay, I get it now. Yeah, if you were using it all to kind of get on there's two ways to do it. You either use it to get on an even footing, or you use it to, or you just kind of live on it. It's two ways to do it.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was thinking living on it and not paying off stuff.
Yeah, a catch up, kind of a catch up.
Because that would be nice. That's just nice.
Yeah, that would be nice.
You sleep a little better.
Oh yeah. Less bills you got. Yeah, for sure.
Exactly. But yeah, that's the thing. That's GameStop. The corporate policy. I literally think I said they must have a corporate policy at the headquarters that says, "How can we screw it up worse?"
Right.
Well, my guess is that they're trying to keep their earnings low, so that way they can constantly not pay taxes.
Yeah, that's working out great. Their earnings now are so low that they can barely make payroll. So,
well, the problem is they built their whole infrastructure on, used games. And it's like you can't build everything on one thing. You just can't. It's just like, I mean, a lot of people do this still, but usually, and I've done it for a long time until recently. But you can't throw all your chips in one basket. You got to have a backup, and they did not have a backup at all. And now this is where they are. They're desperate. I think they heard ideas where they're talking about doing like a trading card tournaments in store. They're talking about doing retro stores and all these different things.
Yeah, they've already had a couple of test stores that are you can do tabletop games and all this other stuff. They're basically only going to sell new titles from now on.
So they're going to get.
And they almost had comic books. They almost got comic books in. You remember that?
Yeah.
Marvel and DC. Actually, I think it was Marvel was real close to doing it, but they backed out. Well, GameStop backed out, and I think they backed out. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe they did. Maybe they didn't. My theory on that is that they saw how bad the comic book industry is doing, and they're like, well, Marvel anyway. They're like, yeah, they're not going to sell, so let's not do that.
But they knew they would be sitting on a bunch of stock they would have to penny out every month, pretty much.
Get bullied by fucking Diamond. Oh, God,
I've noticed, like, I was in Books A Million the other day, which I affectionately call BAM, because that's their logo. Their logo is literally BAM, so I'm always like, I'm going to BAM. Yeah. And and I noticed that they don't even have like floppies anymore.
Really?
Yeah, only
Wow.
trades.
I
said, hate to say it, but I'm gonna be honest.
I mean, I like trades, but
yeah,
I want floppies too.
I'm gonna be honest with you,
especially for the value of them.
I think for comics to survive, I mean, it's kind of like what we're doing with Comicsgate here. It's like it's going to come down to you're going to have to give a book that has a whole story, and instead of every month keep them coming back. It's like you're going to have to kind of pin your hopes on selling one big story, like a 48 or 64 page story. Because I just don't know if monthlies are going to keep. Yeah, I'm thinking, if I want to survive, if I'm looking at this like I'm DC or Marvel and I want to survive this, situation, then I might have to. You can still schedule that you'll have books coming out every month, but it won't be like X-Men ain't gonna come out every month. It might come out every 4 months because you're going to get 4 months of a story in one book, and then the next month you might get Avengers. Next month you'll get Spider-Man. That kind of thing.
Well, it's a good story. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just the way.
Right now it does seem like a lot of it they're just throwing shit at the wall and hope it sticks.
Yeah,
they're all over the place with the stories. It's just, I mean, other than what they did, the Realms thing. What was it called? The
War of the Realms.
What was that, last summer or whatever it was? And then ever since then they're just kind of all over.
Another event. Yeah, more events. But you know how it is. We've all seen it. We know what's been going on. Hell. I remember I said to Ethan when he was doing his call-in shows, where you come on the show with the link and everything. I told him, I said, I would not be surprised by the end of the year, Marvel or DC, one of them is going to do a crowdfunded book. I really believe that. I think they're going to do a book. They're going to say it's going to be a water testing book. They're going to say we got this big story, but we're going to do pre-order. That's what they're going to bill it as, pre-orders, right? You can pre-order,
right?
And it's basically going to be their version. They'll probably do it through their website. They won't do it through like Indiegogo or Kickstarter or anything because they got the infrastructure to set that up. So they're going to do a big crowdfunded book, and to see how that works for them and how it pays off. And I would not be surprised if they start going that route, in all honesty.
So then quality would have to go up, because otherwise they wouldn't be able to fucking make any money.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. It's going to have to be a quality thing.
You mean the artist of Squirrel Girl can't do it?
Or at least get paid to do better work, because her other work outside of Squirrel Girl is actually pretty good.
Squirrel Girl, that looks pretty good, believe it or not.
Yes.
That's surprising. I haven't seen her outside work.
Outside
I've just seen this Warner Brothers stuff. I was like, yeah, it's good for Warner Brothers. It's not good for comic books, or at least mainstream comics. Or, well, in that style. For a serious Marvel book, it's not. I guess really the series either, was it? I don't know. It just didn't feel right for Marvel.
They're paying her literally peanuts.
Yeah.
So she's
actually a really good artist, but
it's a shame.
It's kind of like how Trump said they're not sending their best.
Yeah.
So she was probably like, well, they're not paying for my best, so I'm not going to give them my best. Yeah, I think that's true. Yeah. It's pretty.
Marvel has one.
They got the Marvel Now.
It's a subscription service
which costs
to
way
access.
Too much.
Yeah, to access to digital versions of their
the problem with
comics.
that too. Is was it Mega? Was it Jump? I can't remember the name of it. Jump.
Stone and Jump.
Yeah. How they're like, I think they're charging $1 a month, and you get all that. Marvel's way up price wise, and it's like that's what's killing them. If they would make it like $1 or less, they would make so much more money. But
let me tell you a little something. I was told this from kind of some backroom deals from some comic book shops that but I'll say this much. During this thing, that Image and Dynamite, and I think Boom, are going to work with comic stores about doing returns.
I did hear something about that. Yeah.
DC are talking.
Alterna's doing that now, which is awesome.
Yeah, Alterna's doing that. Yeah. DC is talking about it. They haven't cemented yet, but they are still discussing it. Marvel has been silent. Nothing. No communication.
I wonder why.
In fact, even on their recent videos and stuff, like people have, or on their websites and things, when they put articles, because their website, they don't talk about comics anymore; they just put articles up,
Mm-hmm.
And people have been asking in the comments, is like, well, what about us shops, this, that, and the other, they're basically saying, New Warriors ain't gonna fucking sell, so why does can we return it if it don't sell? They just have been deleting the comment section. They just turn them off.
And they're still doing that thing too, where they give you like tons of books and you have no choice, and you're stuck with all these, and you got to sell them.
Yep. And on top of that, you got
all the variants.
Yeah. And on top of that, you've got gosh. Now I just lost my spot. What I was thinking.
We were in the comic shops and Marvel's craziness with.
Yeah. Marvel's craziness, comic shops. It's just that. Oh yeah, you saw what CB Sobolski said the other day. He was all like, guys, in this trying time, what y'all need to do is go to your local restaurant and get some takeout. I'm like,
that's why I'm broke right now.
But no, the EIC, the editor-in-chief of Marvel Comics, is telling people go to your local restaurants and buy food, not go to your local comic book shop and get some comics.
That makes another point. Like, why are they obsessed with food? They talk about food a lot now in the Marvel books. I don't understand that at all. Why is this a food book? And this supposed to be a superhero book? Fighting villains and saving the day?
This comes up every fucking time. This comes up every fucking time, and it's because Cab was right. Cab was fucking right.
It's our friend Cab that explained it. Our friend of our Cab, he came on some early shows back in the day when we first started and stuff. But he had a theorem. But go ahead, Mike. Tell him the theorem.
Okay, so the theorem is that all these woke artists and woke writers, that their only human interaction that they've ever had growing up was watching the show Friends. So that's how they think people work.
They think so their thing is like, okay, what do we do? Okay, so everybody eats and everybody poops. So we either got to show people eating or pooping. Right. What about fighting villains
or having relationship issues, and that's it?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Don't worry about So what about fighting villains? I don't worry about that. That's not important.
Not that I'm dissing Friends. I like Friends, but still.
Well, yeah, for the time.
If you're looking at someone, if you're looking at someone who's looking at this is a guide to how to write comics.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah. Because you know what I want to see when I read comics? I want to see like Iron Man, Captain America, Spider-Man, the Hulk, Black Widow, Hawkeye, all these characters. I want them sitting around a coffee table talking about their problems.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I want to see. I really love seeing Batman being a damn simp. I love it. It's the best thing I've ever seen. I love it. He's like I mean, you saw that thing. Have you seen the recent thing, like Catwoman supposedly pregnant, and he's like she's still out there fighting crime, right? She's still out there like helping him fight crime, and she goes like, I feel sick. And he says, I brought the bat bucket just in case.
Really? That's in there?
Yes.
That's in there. That is a line.
That is a real line. The bat bucket.
Because Tom King is Tom King writing it. So,
well, yeah, but wow. Wow. I'm picturing it like he pulls out a utility belt and it unfolds, and he's like,
unfold
in this case, he said it was in the car.
Yeah, he was like, it's in the car.
Yeah, he said the bucket in the car. Yeah. It has a bat. He even goes, it has a bat symbol on it. I'm like,
bat bucket.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's because she goes bat bucket, and he goes, yeah, it's a bucket. It's got a bat symbol on it.
He could list. He said like maybe it's usually for Robin, but you can use it. It's like
yeah.
Stick a little jab in there.
Oh no, it's Tom King, and Tom King has to put his own psychoses on Batman. I still love that. You ever see that interview? Like it was Tom King and oh gosh, I'm getting really bad. I'm getting old. Dark Knight Returns, Batman Year One. He wrote it. Gosh, done it. The chat will crucify me if I don't get this. Frank Miller.
Yeah.
It was like Tom King and Frank Miller, and like Tom King was saying, it's like, well, most people they just want to see Batman, that he's just like the rest of us, and like Frank Miller looks at him and like,
I do remember this interview now. Yeah.
He said, Batman's a goddamn millionaire. He's a fucking Batman. He don't need
that you bring up an interesting point too about this new Batman, which I'm confused on. the Batman movie, the Batman, whatever they're calling it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure you've seen the pictures of the Batmobile and him in the suit.
Yeah.
And the only thing I think is interesting so far is the fact that the bat symbol's made out of the gun that is from what I heard that killed his parents. Kind of cool, pretty. I mean, interesting. I like the idea of that. But then the rest of the suit looks like it's just he went to some ammo store or whatever and picked this and that and made a suit out of it. And then the Batmobile is like a muscle car with a badass engine thrown on it and a couple other effects on it, and that's it. And I'm like, is he not still a billionaire? I don't understand why he has to go and piece all this shit together, all like cheap like, and hey, I'm Batman.
Well, I made a joke because looking at that bat suit, you saw how it like kind of thrown together it looks, And so I took that and I made a tweet where it said, and it has like the Christian Bale Batman from Dark Knight, where he goes, I don't wear hockey pads.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that was awesome. Yeah.
And then Piper got on me about it. Like,
Yeah.
This is still
totally share that too.
Yes, Piper.
Because that was exactly what I was thinking too. Like,
Well, that's the stunt suit. So the real one's not supposed to look that janky.
But it still looks pretty janky.
It's still pretty janky. Yeah, I mean, I can't even imagine like the better suit being much better.
Yeah, because that suit still has to look kind of like the other suit.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like I don't know if I've seen the real suit, but I was kind of.
And I've seen that excuse too. And I'm like,
it's supposed to be the stunt suit,
especially when like you
CGI,
look at other superheroes.
Yeah.
Huh?
They have CGI though, so they really could drastically.
I guess, but that's a lot of CGI to make it look good. I mean, in my opinion,
that way
compared to the other Batman suits in the past, it's like
at that point, I just say just do a Batman animated in CG.
And that's something that hurts me too, because I mean I like the director. I really, because he came off of doing the last two Planet of the Apes movies, which I really thought they're really good. I thought they were badass.
Yeah.
So it gave me a lot of hopes that this guy's going to do a good job with Batman. And then I see the suit and the Batmobile, and I'm like, so it goes back to it's a Tom King Batman, where he's like, he's every guy but Batman. That's what I'm getting from it, and I'm just like, no. I mean,
I am kind of hoping because it's supposed to be
Batman, but necessarily, I guess. No, you do. I mean, what else has he got besides his parent issues and his relationship issues? And he's a rich guy who has badass weaponry and stuff.
Yep.
And badass villains everywhere.
What are you gonna say, Pipe?
That I thought they were supposed to be going for a slightly younger Bruce Wayne.
It's supposed to be like a year 2 Batman. Yeah, like he's in year 2 of his,
Right, so they might be able to have the excuse that, well, this is the design, the shitty design is the first one he came up with, or crap like that.
You gotta think about it like this too. Like if you're a cosplayer and you've got millions of dollars to play around with, are you gonna make a shitty ass cosplay for your first appearance? Or are you gonna make like the best thing that you can hire designers or whoever else to make an awesome suit for you?
Speaking of, this is the porn parodies version of Batman.
Honestly, can you zoom in on that?
It's still better than what they're doing in the movie.
That actually looks pretty good. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So is that from the movie?
I'm hoping that there's a drastic change between what is out and about right now and then what they have like in the actual trailers and shit.
I too. I really do.
So
I want this to be a good Batman movie. Just like every Batman movie, I want it to be good. But
speaking of like horrible movies, did anybody see Matt Wanger's video today about Ezra Miller?
No. And I know it's gonna be good because the last one was really good. So hit me off this.
So we're gonna watch this, and we're gonna, of course, because it's Matt Wanger, we're gonna do it at 1/2 speed.
That's the only way we'll be able to get through it.
Yep.
Damn.
Not because he's boring or anything. It's just that my man
I will play. Well, no, I should I do the whole thing at 1/2 speed? It'd be funnier that way, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. All right, here we go. 1/2 speed Wanger. Here we go.
His new nickname.
We spoke. Give him time. You must be Barry. I'm Diana.
Hi, Barry. I'm Diana. That's not right. Great.
God, Ezra Miller's insufferable.
Oh, awesome.
That's a bad signal. That's your. Oh, sorry. That's your signal. Let me go now. Yeah, that's what I meant. It's so cool.
You probably know
so
this
cringe.
guy. That's Ezra Miller. You probably know him as the worst part of the Justice League movie, the Leaving Cringe that was the Flash.
Go, Wigger, go!
The worst portrayal of that character that I've ever seen. And honestly,
He's just normal
probably
wingers
just
right now.
Stop doing Flash forever after that. It's destroyed. Let's just not do Flash comics. Let's not have Flash in the movies. He's over. Ezra Miller destroyed him with his horrible performance. But did you know that Ezra Miller is more than just a very shitty version of the Flash?
What is that?
He's also the Leaving Cringe in real life. In his daily life.
That's actually him?
Like
Yes.
some kind of weird pope. The guy is a pretentious weird fuck. Just like this super tryhard. And I hate his face. I really do. It's really obvious to see him. And
That's
I want
weird.
to express how much I believe that Ezra Miller belongs at the bottom of the ocean.
They tell me my name is Ezra Miller.
Look
They
What?
tell me that this is called Fishing for Answers with the Hollywood Reporter and Ezra Miller. Together.
The Hollywood Reporter. All right.
What's the worst misconception people often have about your generation? I think, for me, the times we live in are sort of a choose your own adventure of mental illness. Millennials have been given intense information. People think we're crazy and they're
Wow.
so that's not a misconception. So I don't know the answer to the question because my mind moves too fast to properly focus to answer questions.
Wow.
I'm a millennial and I have ADHD.
Oh man, what a delight you are. Look at you in your onesie, in your unicorn onesie.
Unicorn
onesie. I just want to look at this from GQ style.
Oh.
This pretentious fucking cover with paint all over his face. Just listen to what he has to say in this interview. So Ezra Miller, we're not fighting for equality. We're fighting for regard of our supremacy. Wow. You can get away with saying stuff like that. That's not cool. None of these conflicts against system of oppression are fights for equality. They are fights for accurate regard of supremacy. We're better at sex than y'all. We're better at art. We're better at warfare. These are things carried in old understandings of so-called, whatever you want to call it, non-binary, queer, genderqueer, trans, gay, lesbian. Just like the neurodiverse peoples, these people are all sacred beings, superior to other beings. Miller whispers towards the end of the dramatic effect before launching into another treatise on how, just as martial arts tradition teaches, that the only enemy is yourself. Those same oppressors are really only oppressing themselves. They conclude with an exasperated tone. Get it together, people. And what you actually say is mostly horseshit. For the most part, it doesn't mean anything, but it does give a nice glimpse into how you think that you fit into society. And you think that you're some kind of like special guy. But I'm going to tell you what, you're not Andy Warhol. People are going to forget about you. You suck. You're not interesting. You're a tryhard. And you ruined the Justice League movie, which I actually think, for the most part, is an entertaining film. I don't think it's that as bad as people say it is, but you ruined it. If they could make, people are always saying, release the Schneider cut when it comes to Batman and Superman. What I want to see is release the non-Ezra cut. Can we recut that movie to not have Ezra?
I was just thinking that. Damn.
That's what I want. It would be infinitely a better movie. Take her sleazy.
Y'all heard of that guy that did he re-edited Last Jedi? I can't remember his name.
I heard about that. He re-edited it to make it entertaining.
Yeah. So he brings up I'm like, yes, let's fund the non Ezra Miller version of Justice League and let's see how much better it's going to be. But to this day, I still haven't watched. Honestly, I still haven't watched Batman versus Superman. I still haven't watched Justice League, just because of how much I heard. All the cringiness in there. But I enjoyed Wonder Woman. I enjoyed Aquaman. But I can't bring myself to watch the other two yet. Maybe someday I will.
I
feel for Winger there. I really do feel for the guy.
I got Batman versus Superman on the DVR.
Really?
I just never watched it. I think I got Wonder Woman too, and I got a few other movies that you kind of just leave them on the DVR. You kind of forget about them.
Wonder Woman is actually very good and way better than Captain Marvel. Way better. Mm-hmm. It's definitely worth watching. I think that's the best DC movie so far post Christopher Nolan.
Right. Ezra is on the white drum. Well, Piper, does that mean what I think it means?
I think so.
Well, then it's been a while, so it's time once again for
Cocaine.
Gotta power up. Oh, that clip is so awesome.
I love that shit. I remember when I was putting it together, just to tell, a little behind the scenes stuff. I was putting this clip together, and the first time it was just like he goes down and sniffs, and it was just going to be him coming up with red eyes, like laser eyes, like ooh, like that, But then my friend said, "No, do a shaky cam on it." I'm like, "That's actually awesome. That's a brilliant idea." So because if you ever look at
like so many feet white radius just shakes.
yeah. Ooh, power. Did you ever notice if you ever look at a Methwin stream, he's always like he does that. He's like got his mic way down here, like at the in a bucket or something. I don't know where it's at. And then he'll like go way, dip way down. He just leaves the frame and he's just like, yeah, exactly. He goes way down. You're gonna get really close here.
Real quick.
I'm gonna put the microphone in my mouth.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no, Wayne destroyed his game.
I did?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Slowly coming back.
All right, here, we'll take it off.
You're like way over there. I can hear you, man.
Coming back, don't worry. All right. That's what happens when you stick your microphone literally in your mouth.
You went deep on that one.
Not too deep, I hope. Ayo.
Mine's too big to stick in my mouth.
Oh, whoa. Let's look at something that's actually entertaining. Chaotic Flux issue 2. Didn't I tease you about this title last time? Chaotic Flux issue 2. Monsters and Aliens. Part 2.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna teach you too much because
issue 2, part 2.
Issue 2, part 2.
It's kind of like New Mutants, new Mutants. No, it's not that bad.
New Warriors or the new Warriors.
Oh yeah, it's Mutant Warriors. That's right. I'm sorry, not Mutants.
New Warriors.
New Warriors, because that helps, right? Yeah.
What you got here?
Adding the new helps.
See, what you got here is a Chaotic Flux issue 2, Aliens vs. Monsters part 2. See, it's like Chaotic Flux 2, but in part 2 of issue 2. So,
part 2 of this chunk of the story.
Mm.
Well, yeah.
To be fair, I get the weirder fucking naming conventions on OG Chain. Also, check out ogchain.com. Anyway.
You rarely shill your stuff, Mike. You do that more often.
Yeah.
I need to do it more often.
Yeah.
Does Mike have a project?
He's got a webcomic that he does.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny.
Yeah.
He
Basically, what's the name of that manga? Was it called manga something?
I use a children's a Japanese children's anime manga maker, and then I make it to make an adult comic about a small.
You force him to like go completely against his morals and like.
Well, it's like a little girl by the name of OG Chan who definitely should not be speaking the way she does.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
She believes she's a gangster.
Yes.
and I'm not talking about Yakuza gangster.
I love that when people you see their face and you completely don't expect this personality or voice to come out of them, and it just it comes out and it's like, whoa, it's hilarious. But
She
anyway.
she thinks she's a blood.
Yeah.
Wow. That's awesome. That's awesome.
She literally thinks she's a blood.
And she draws comics?
No. She don't. Is she aware of her that she's not a character?
She's now fully aware that she's not real. So
Okay.
she's trying to take advantage of that as much as possible.
She's in the Matrix.
Yeah. She's aware of her herself being in the Matrix. And because wasn't the joke that I remember you had a joke one time that her grandfather was basically exactly like her?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because her I guess the guy, is he like a love interest or is he just like a
Kind of, sorta.
okay? Yeah, because he's kind of like a love interest, and he got so worried because like the grandfather's also his boss or something like that,
That's her godfather.
or her godfather.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So he like that's his boss. So he thought like, oh God, I'm gonna be in so much trouble. And she's like, hey pops. He's like, hey fam.
Awesome. Wow.
How's
And
my
they both
little
wear
gangster?
sunglasses because like OG Chan's thing was always she wears sunglasses,
Yeah.
right? And
She's got these big black frames. It's so great. She has do
you have a safe for everybody panel that you could show possibly?
Oh yeah, let me.
Just so everybody can get an idea of because OG Chan uses some language that maybe only African American gentlemen would use, if you get my meaning.
It's okay for her to use as long as she's in Japan.
Yeah. She don't venture outside the
I didn't know that they don't frown on language.
nah, I don't care.
They don't know why it's a bad word.
Yeah.
Ah, gotcha. She got the workaround.
I know there was this one particular one where it's like somebody was getting beat up and she goes, hold on a minute. She pulls her phone out and then she starts filming it and goes, World Star.
Wow.
Uh,
That's awesome.
I keep telling him he needs to adapt it to a comic. Get him on, we'll find him an artist and make it a comic. I think it would be great.
I think it'd be great too.
I think it would fund. I really do. I think it would break the weirdness and craziness of it. It would fund.
Well, that's what I keep telling people too. Like everyone has, I think, in my opinion, just as myself as a writer, that everyone has at least one good story in them. You just gotta find it, whether it's be something that happened in your life or an idea that you had. But I think everyone at least has one good story. Yeah, you might go through, okay, I'll try this story that doesn't work, but eventually you're going to find one that is going to stick and people are going to love it and it's going to explode. You just have to let it out. You got to keep, you got to let your writing ability into the world. And I think that everyone has at least one good story in them.
Yeah.
And this might be this might be a good story here.
All right, here we go. You see the quality we're dealing with here. Like, can you take that out of frame so we can zoom in better?
Open image and let's see.
Yeah.
Hopefully I can do this.
Oh yeah, that's where she'll answer questions. That's the
that's the sort of thing that I do every once in a while. Just have her answer a question.
Yeah. Because sometimes we'll be in groups and be like, hey, ask. Can you give me a question to ask? And we'd all give them some silly questions, All right, here you go. Yeah, give us a good zoom.
Now, here's the context: is that she has a bag of weed that she doesn't realize is like a bag of oregano.
Okay. So read it, Mike.
OG Chan, what's the best smelling plant? Shit, that's too simp, fam. The dank, straight up. I just take a big old whiff and
Yes, sir.
So good. It reminds me of pizza.
What the? I love how random that is. That's awesome.
Yeah. Like I said, this is all done with a little program. Like
It was made for kids.
yeah. I just love it. Like you see the thick. That's what she's always wearing, those sunglasses. She's always wearing those.
Right.
The dank.
Awesome.
You call it the dank. That was reminds me of pizza.
Let's see. There's this one that Kate sent me.
Oh, okay. Was that one she made or?
No. This was the question she
sent
me.
Oh, the question. Okay.
OG Chan, where do babies come from? How is baby made? How is baby formed? How did girl get pregnant? How shot web? How does shot baby web? How? And then she just gets all fucked up looking. And then she calls their 911. Hello, 119. I think someone's having a medical episode. No, I don't know them. No, I'm nowhere near them. Yes, I can hold.
Clearly, they're going to a seizure.
Oh. Dark Gift said, "What the f did I come back to?" Yeah, Evil Bob.
That's the joy of
I'm
Reader
trying-
5.
I'm trying to find the safe for work ones that I have.
Yeah, there's a lot of language that we can't show on this stream because the bots would get us.
So what? How far can you go? I mean,
What
as
on
far as
YouTube?
the bots and whatnot.
I don't know. That's the thing. I think Raging Gold
Hmm.
Eagle got his stream taken down a little while ago because of bots.
Really?
Yeah. Now, this girl next to her is like OG Chan's best friend,
Mhm.
and she was her best friend when OG Chan was just her normal self, and then something happened and she became OG Chan.
So, hey, OG Chan, Tim's or Jordan's? This is one of your weird question things. And she says, that's easy. Neither, fam. Gucci flip-flops. Check them out, fam. It's Gucci. And if you look really closely, those aren't Gucci. And those aren't flip-flops.
Fucking Crocs.
You get that from the Crane flea market. They're just so comfy.
You got her to take her sunglasses off. That was good.
Yeah. Took them off for the shoes.
Yeah, go to people in the chat if you want to actually look at this crazy stuff. Go to ogchan.com. That's the website. So anyway, we were here to sell the book, so let's get back to this.
Yeah. Anyway, enough of that.
Hey, remember why we're here? But yeah, Chaotic Flux.
We're here to have fun, so
Exactly. So I backed this book, just to let everybody know. So I might have a slight bias.
like Optimist.
Yeah. And yeah, so give us the pitch, the elevator pitch on this good shit.
Elevator pitch.
Mhm.
Chaotic Flux centers on a team called the Crimson Flame, unite in the future to rid the world of mutant abominations that are taken over called Dread Fiends. And the Crimson Flame stand as humanity's last hope against these horrible abominations. The Dread Fiends created in order to sustain itself in these dark times where catastrophic events are taking over, ravaging the earth, as well as a lot of war that's going on, and a lot of great fight for resources in the world. And one of the main things is food, of course, and in the storyline that is a shortage. So they forms by splicing other animals together to create something that can sustain itself in these harsh elements, but also reproduce at a rapid rate. They start out as very docile and easy to control, but then they start to mutate on their own, and they start to turn against humanity. And they develop this insatiable appetite to.
Uh-oh. I think his internet's messing up.
Oh, no.
I have some bad news, you guys.
What's that?
Yeah, it was confirmed by other people that they're getting the notification for the stream eventually, but it's not showing up in people's subscriptions.
I knew that was happening.
Yeah, like we definitely got whatevered.
Yeah, we can't say that C word anymore. Fuck.
Oh, God. Yeah. Scott's in a state of chaotic flux.
Yep.
Yeah, I've noticed that we're not making it into people's subscriptions.
Yeah, and I've noticed that like lately the numbers have been unusually low.
Yeah, it's been pretty bad.
Yeah.
We were 40, 50, 60 sometimes, and now it's down.
Yeah, and that's when going up against other people too.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I mean, granted, Ethan's on right now, but it usually isn't that big of a drop off.
Yeah, we usually still aren't killed this much. Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right, there he is. I guess the internet said
Throw up a
no
Piper's banner there with technical difficulties.
Oh yeah. Let me do that again. There we go.
We're back now, folks.
Oh no, we can say cunt all we want. It's just the current C word that of the day.
Corona Chan. Yeah.
Yeah, well, you just done did it.
We did it earlier. So it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
At this point, it's not.
I really hope they freaking fix that.
It's because they all went to fucking the bots of because they're all running on bots now.
Why they tell the bots to freaking axe people for saying?
My guess is because they're trying to avoid the spread of misinformation, and one of the easiest ways to do that is just to prevent everyone from talking about it.
So
do it the
you're saying the
way.
C word kicked me? Are you saying the C word kicked me?
No, nobody kicked you. No, that was just an internet thing or StreamYard thing. We're just talking about our streams.
Okay.
Like we've been getting a low amount of viewers lately.
Yeah,
and I don't know. If it's either because but it's not showing up in people's like subscription boxes. Recently,
a couple of people's channels are doing that right now.
Yeah,
because YouTube didn't have enough problems as it is.
It's because they went to full bot mode because they're coming up with that whole excuse like, oh, we just what do you call it? We just went to full bot because we had we don't we can't. I was like, y'all always work remotely. So don't give me that crap. It's like, oh, we don't know what we're doing. I was like, there is no need for any company that operates on the internet to have offices. In all honesty,
Seriously,
there's no need for it. Yeah, Mata says that has its own problems. In fact, it creates an entirely different problem. Exactly. You're taking advantage of the problems by killing the shit they don't like. Exactly. I think that's
saying oopsie. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I've seen a lot of streams are like their numbers are down, pretty much.
Yeah. I was surprised last night. I was on War Campaign and their numbers were, pretty low, and I was wow, this is weird. I mean, granted, we just came off of EVS doing a big show, but still, it was like, wow.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's War Campaign. I was like, geez.
Yeah. There's Xavier. Hello.
Xavier. To everybody.
Hey, I came to ruin things for everybody.
Well, don't worry. It's already been ruined.
That's crazy.
Mission accomplished.
I did it.
We got him.
I did it. I saved Christmas.
But I was going to say, not only is the coronavirus killing everything else, it's going to kill indie streams as well, comic streams.
So I'm going to say, we were talking before you were talking about the Dread Fiend. So I'm assuming this is a Dread Fiend, like in this image.
That is a weird looking cow.
Yep. Yeah, they have these awesome tentacles that come out and grab their prey and pull them in and devour them pretty much instantly.
Like right there.
Yep.
Nom, 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 nom.
And they're actually eating one of their own kind right there.
Oh.
They will do that.
You got no.
Yep. And they can mutate on their own. When they feed on something, they can turn that into a biofuel, and that will give them a kind of fuel that will allow them to self-mutate, so they can make themselves bigger, stronger, faster, even completely transform into other, pretty similar to what they are, but still they can very drastically transform. You actually will see that in issue 3. You see the beginning of that in issue 2, so not going too much into that. But they are also able to clone themselves. So when they feed on something, they can turn that biofuel into a clone of themselves and regurgitate that, and it will quickly grow into adult form. And every new generation is a little better than the last one, so a little faster, a little stronger, a little smarter. And the leader of the Crimson Flame and the storyline is Soren, who's an exosuit pilot. He fights this awesome exosuit called the Reaper. That's little Hawkins of awesome weaponry. Then there's also Strife, who's a big transforming AI mecha. He's kind of like this super transformer. He turns all sorts of different types of things, including a ship motor transport the team around in. You'll see him turn into all kinds of awesome transformations throughout the series.
And
he'll create.
I'm gonna tell you the truth. That's what sold me.
Yep, I knew that, buddy.
Yeah,
I know you're a big Transformers fan, just like me.
Yeah,
and I had to have. I mean, I love awesome mecha, awesome AI like type characters like Optimus Prime and so forth. And I wanted to really have a character like that in this. And he will also create. He can self-engineer. So as long as he has the materials to create it, he can create all kinds of things, different types of weaponry and what have you. And he'll create cool stuff for the teammates as well. And issue 1 and 2 focuses mainly on her backstory, and gets her current story and present as well. I'm doing a kind of thing where I set up each characters a little bit individually and build them up, and then they'll unite as a team. Here a little bit in a few issues. Zathara is an alien hybrid. Can form these crystal-like structures at will. She can form these kind of blade arms she fights with. There, you can see that picture. She's got these kind of blade arms. There, these kind of sword arms she fights with. She'll create throwing daggers that she'll throw. She'll make kind of like big axes, all kinds of melee weaponry, and she'll also make weaponry for allies as the series goes on. And she's also very acrobatic and very agile. The first issue gets into her backstory, gets into how she's been hunted down most of her life by an organization called the Purging Hand. This organization believes that anything not of Earth should exist, so they're trying to wipe everything out, including her kind. But also now in the present, they're going after the Dread Fiends because they're unnatural. And also in issue 1, you get into her first run-in of the Dread Fiends. And then issue 2, it gets into a very tense situation where she's trying to save an innocent family, from being devoured by the Dread Fiends. So it's a tense race against time to save this family, as the Dread Fiend is looking to turn this family into its next meal. You can get issue 1 in this campaign if you want as an add-on. So, for instance, issue 1 and 2 as the digital copy is only $8. And then for the physical versions of issue 1 and 2, that's $25 with shipping, $25 with shipping included, and that's 54 pages of story. And Piper's favorite, the packages, which are also in there. I remember that from last time. That was so much fun.
So we're trying to hit the $5,000 stretch, so we can
get $5,000 stretch. Everyone gets this awesome bookmark. Actually, have the proof here. There it is. My camera right there. You go. That's the proof picture of it. Yeah, there you go, buddy. Thank you. Yeah. So you got this nice art of Zathara flipping out of the way of the Dread Fiends trying to get her. She actually is canceling her crystal arms, her crystal blade arms. It turns into this kind of red dust.
Oh no, it begins again.
This is awesome.
Oh,
there he's back. There he is. Or maybe. Hello, Scott. He's moving a little bit. Yeah.
Here. I don't know what's going on. Can you hear me?
Blink, okay. So we know you're there.
Can you still see me? Like I always see myself right now, so it's kind of weird. It's like I'm backstage, but I'm not. Okay.
Yeah, I was just zoomed in on you because you were showing the thing, and then
okay. And then on the back, there's like the synopsis of the comic, and then you can kind of see there was some artwork of the team.
Yeah, that's cool.
But everyone, so when the campaign hits 5,000, everyone gets the bookmark. In that very soon. I'm hoping it's 6,000, but we'll see. Plan is actually with the campaign is once it hits after the 4 days, because I got 4 days left right now. I'm going to demand after that, and then when I get when the pages are done, which should be next week. We're on track to be done next week. I send it off to the printer. I get it back in 2 weeks. And then at that point, when I get the books back, I'm going to cut off the funding for their stretch goals to make distribution easier on us, because it's going to be kind of weird on our side if we have to still send out things after people already paid for shipping.
Yeah. And
we already sent out the main book and everything else. Right. Otherwise, we have to make people wait for 6 months. I don't want to do that because I'm trying to go the whole way of the in demand. So once the 2 weeks are done, when we get the books back, and that's when I'll cut out the stretch goals. So I don't think we're going to hit the 6,000, but it'd be nice if we do. But if we do hit the 6,000, everyone gets a really nice art print who backs it at the package level, which is Piper's favorite. And I was going for 9,000, where everyone gets an art print of all 6 members of the Crimson Flame. By the way, I'm not going with Print Ninja anymore. I need to change that.
Yeah.
I'm going with is it Mixum? Mixum, yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
Which is based in the U.S. and their turnaround is 2 weeks, which is a whole lot better. It's considering the crazy virusness that's going on, and
Mhm.
Print Ninja keeps saying we don't know when we're going to be able to ship your books out. Basically, right now, and it just really sucks.
So I saw like
So,
John
but before
Mayer-
all this happened, is why I went with Print Ninja.
yeah.
Uh,
There we are. Oh, maybe.
if you were into the 90s style X-Men, particularly the Age of Apocalypse storyline, if you are into the awesome monsters of Resident Evil, if you are into the verse styling teams of, for instance, Battle Chasers, which had, for instance, a huge robot in that. It had a big swordsman with a transforming sword. It had a girl with these awesome.
Oh gosh.
Well, if you're into the twisted surprise storytelling of Game of Thrones, then you are going to love Chaotic Flux.
Yeah. So yeah,
Issue 3, I'm working on now.
Mhm.
I'm sorry, Black Octopus. I keep cutting off. Keep going, buddy.
That's okay. I was gonna say I noticed. I remember John Malin saying like he's got like one pallet of Graveyard Shift 2 on a boat that's not moving, essentially, and now he's got.
Oh yeah, I remember that because he went with Print Ninja. Yeah, poor guy. Yeah,
and then now he's like,
and I'm lucky where I'm like I haven't quite made it that point where I've had them. Okay, here's the book. We'll print it.
yeah.
But yeah, that sucks.
What's going to happen is
But he didn't know. Just like, I didn't know. I didn't know this was going to happen. So.
But you adjusted. You made an adjustment, and and honestly, Mixum is not like their prices are not that much different.
CG Con's going to roll around, and John Malin's going to make sure everyone gets a copy of Graveyard
Well, I was lucky
Shift
enough
in their bag.
to have the time to make the adjustment.
Yeah. You had enough time to make the adjustment. Like you said, you hadn't started ordering books. You didn't do a Duck to Naples and started ordering before you finished the campaign. So, I think we're having a connection.
Sell Gangbusters. I need 5,000 copies. 500 people back it.
I think we're having some connection issues right now.
You guys are hearing me okay, right?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah. It's just like weird. It's like I think just overall.
I'm sure he's like, if this keeps going, I'm gonna get on a boat myself and commandeer that one and bring it in.
Yeah, exactly.
Freaking pirate. Sorry, go out and pirate it.
Yeah,
pirate his own stuff and get it.
Also, instead of the C word, how about we say Kung Flurry?
Kung Flurry.
I have a whole list of
that way
stuff. I have a whole list of like alternate names, but I can't say all of them on the stream.
The thing is, it picks up related stuff too, and the fact that it's already picked it up, we're like being hidden.
Yeah,
we're probably gonna be stuck like that until
they get back.
YouTube
Well,
gets
it's
their
weird.
head
It's
out
like,
their butt.
okay, you have the live people. You have the live people monitoring everything, and they have. I'm sure they have a sheet to go by or whatever. But why are the bots so like? They just like let's not take any chances. I guess
because they don't want to be banned.
Make it more stringent. I don't know.
Yeah. I think that is. Yeah, they don't want to get China mad at them.
So is this true? I haven't looked it up. Is this true that Google is owned by China, and then they're saying what you can and cannot say on YouTube?
How much of a portion does the Chinese have of Google? I know they got quite a bit.
Mike, look at it.
Well, Google was developing Dragon for them until they got called out on it, and they're like, "Yeah, we're not doing Dragon anymore."
Yeah, and also like Google is like, here they, like over here, you hear those companies like, your privacy is important to us, and then in China is like, they'll say like, we will share everything with the government. So, yeah, it's pretty bad. Yeah,
they helped China with spy software. Yeah.
So they actually developed spy software for the Chinese.
China in your Google Docs.
Yep.
It makes me feel a little bit good knowing that somewhere on a Chinese server somewhere, there's a copy of the script for Peregrine.
Oh no! Get out of here.
Speaking of Peregrine,
I don't need to buy another one.
Speaking of Peregrine, have you joined?
Yes, Octopus, you do need to buy another one.
Have you joined the Indiegogo mailing list yet? If not, you should. If not, why haven't you? Come on.
I have a feeling that everybody who's watching this stream probably has already.
Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your neighbors, tell that kid down the street to shut up and his dog too, but also tell him to sign up for our mailing list.
Got 72 backers on there. It's pretty good. Or 72 sign-ups. Which one did I buy? God bless it. I can't remember which one I bought. I think it was the one that had both covers or both issues. This one I ended up getting. Is this one? I think it was this one. Maybe it wasn't that one. I can't remember. We'll figure this out one day.
Collector's package. Yeah, see, she's already laughing. The collector's package.
It was like you got that clever marketing. I forgot who was it. Michael Derrick, who had it on his. It was like the double stack or something like that. And it was a this character with like huge, you know.
Oh,
so it was good. Always good.
that's awesome. Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a close up of the boobs.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you
Big old boobs.
The deluxe package, Piper.
Exactly.
Comes with PDF issue 2, signed book of issue 2, a trading cards, and the art print. I'm just kind of going through this quickly because.
Wow.
What?
Gas is $1.78 a gallon.
Well, yeah.
Before the bots get you for thing A.
You're right. The PDF, $5 USD for issue 2. That's not bad. Not bad at all. $10 for the book. So this is just an unsigned copy of part 2 or issue 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Very cool.
Yeah, and I can't remember if I mentioned it later, but if you get the PDF of issue 1 and 2, that's only $8, and then the issue 1 and 2 of the physical is $25 with shipping, and that's 54 pages of story.
Very nice. And then, of course, there's the autograph book, signed book of issue 2. Then you got the metallic cover for.
Big fan of metallic covers.
Yeah, metallic cover autograph. Metallic deluxe package. So that's PDF, metallic cover sign, metallic trading card, metallic art print. Just a lot of metal. Just gonna.
Yep.
And both covers autographed for $35. PDF issue 2, signed book of issue 2, and the metallic covers. And the collector's package. You like that, Tucker? It's a collector's package.
Right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of packages he's got.
Yep. PDF issue 2, signed book of issue 2, metallic cover signed, trading cards.
I'm a big fan of packages, so what can I say?
It's a mighty impressive package there you've got there, my friend. I've something of an impressive package myself.
Like big packages. Yeah.
You're on the T-shirt. So I'm actually wearing the proof version of the T-shirt I got in this week. So.
Oh, cool!
Okay. Wait, did you ever? Did you ever put any consideration to my
the
suggestion
shirts are not great.
of pajama bottoms?
Yeah.
Pajama bottoms. God damn it, Xavier.
What just happened?
It's like you have me and went back.
He's saying Xavier's saying that on his next campaign do chaotic flux pajama bottoms so they can.
Actually, tights anyway. My so if you go to the Chaotic Flux page on Teespring, which I have set up, my wife designed some tights that you can get, and they have pajamas now. She hasn't made the pajamas yet, but she did do the tights, and they look great. If you want some Chaotic Flux tights, so there you go.
Hey,
and then real quick, I want to show you the metallic cover of issue 1. Yes, they are.
Yeah, monsters.
So this is the metallic cover of issue 1. So anyone who was wondering how the metallic cover of issue 2 is going to turn out, issue 1 turned out fantastic, and with this new cover for issue 2, I think it's going to look amazing as well.
Sweet.
Yeah, I thought you put him on the big screen so that we could see the shirt and it wasn't covered up by his name, and then you didn't. You took him back down.
Well, I did, but then he'd already done it. See, there you go.
Okay, so
there you go.
See, now it's not covered up by his name. That turned out cool.
Yeah,
That's
thank you.
Awesome.
And then here's the metallic cover of issue 1. So if anyone are wondering how good and they're using the same printer as well for this one. So you got this nice everything that's white or lighter color shows through as a metallic, and then everything else is just the coloring over it but I think it turned out really good. You can see how like the Dread Fiends are showing through there,
Mhm.
and then you have this nice back as well
It's all
with the
shiny.
moon and
Yeah.
everything. Yeah. So issue 2, well, of course, we'll have a different cover, but it will still be, I think issue 2 is going to turn out great as well. It has a lot of light coloring to it, though that metallic cover is going to show through, and I think it's going to be amazing. But
Awesome.
yeah, and the trading cards turn out great as well with the same printer. I don't have them on me. There's somewhere, but anyway, they turned out fantastic. Trust me, they look great. So those of you who have ordered a metallic or are going to order the metallic, maybe out there, they look amazing. So yeah, I'm a big fan of metallic, and I think there's a lot of people out there who love metallic, and obviously from the last campaign, the metallic sold very well. So and this one's done pretty well too as far as metallic white. So there's a lot of metallic fans out there, and that makes me very happy.
And then I saw you had some sketch cards, but those are already sold. Those were from Simon.
Yeah, and they sold pretty quick, which I was maybe, of course, made me very happy. But the awesome Simon Portier, who's becoming pretty well known in the community right now. He's on a run right now doing sketch cards for just about anyone who has a campaign, which is fantastic. And yeah, he made those for me, and then they sold out like pretty quick. I think they sold out in a couple weeks. I think it took, but that was still pretty good, and it helped out the campaign by giving it an extra $75.
Yeah. If it works, it works, as they say, right? Yeah.
Yep. And he's a great artist. Yeah, those cards turn out great.
Yeah, I like
Yep. He has kind of a I don't know if you are familiar with Heavy Metal Magazine, but he has that kind of styling, and his books that he's doing now are in that styling.
Yeah, Blood Hunt and things like that. Yeah. So yeah.
Yes.
So
what's the other one though? I can't remember the second one that he's got coming out.
Nat the
Do you remember the other one, Optimus?
Yeah, Nat the Merc.
Yes, thank you. And that looks really good too. I love how it's a very much sci-fi styling.
Yep.
Reminds me of kind of like Blade Runner.
Yeah. Is my
yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Because his character, Nat has a very Dante-ish attitude.
Yeah.
That's why I said it really reminds me of Devil May Cry. So.
Which you're making me hopeful too. I remember this too. So you're familiar with the Castlevania series on Netflix?
Oh yeah.
That they've been doing the animated.
Mhm.
So the same guy who is producing those, his vision and his dream is to get more video game franchises or IPs and unite them. He had just recently got the IP to Devil May Cry. And he is planning to unite right now, anyway, Castlevania and Devil May Cry together.
Oh.
Yeah, kind of a Marvel kind of thing. But of course, his styling is so far what I've seen of Castlevania is more story focused, character focused. More than what Marvel's about to do.
Yeah.
And so that makes me very hopeful, and I'm very excited to see that.
Yeah.
I hope
As I guess you are now too, since I mentioned it.
he's trying to get Berserk.
Oh.
Damn.
He's
Oh really?
He said he's trying to get Berserk.
That's
He
amazing.
might actually save an actual fucking
That's awesome.
get us further than the goddamn Golden Age.
Yeah.
I think he would do. He might redo the Golden Age arc, but I think he would do the entire Black Swordsman arc. I'd be okay with that.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
Cool.
Well, anyway, we have talked about this book. We have talked about bad viruses. We talked about GameStop. So
Bad viruses.
Yeah. And,
Don't say it. China will get you.
Yeah, exactly. So, Scott.
Well, have you watched any of Jeremy on Geeks and Gamers?
No, I have not. Not recently.
Well, he's been calling it the beer virus to get around the whole
beer virus.
Which I love, the beer virus. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to start coming up with a different name for it just to.
Yep.
Get around this crap.
It's crazy.
Crazy. Yeah. Well, Scott, like I said, brother, it's been a pleasure having you on. As usual.
Same here, buddy.
You're always a fun guest. You always have a good time. Guys, go sign up for go back Chaotic Flux 2. Chaotic Flux issue 2, Aliens versus Monsters Part 2 on Indiegogo right now. Link is in the description below. Check it out. If you don't back it, we'll start playing Ultraverse clips all the time, and y'all don't want that. And apparently neither does YouTube. That's why we're getting.
We would kill our own show if you're not back chaotic Flux now.
And of course, sign up for the mailing list for Peregrine Wings of the Falcon. We're still gathering information. We got some fun stuff to show you soon. Good art's coming and stuff like that.
Man, everybody got.
Just go sign up for that mailing list. Go back Chaotic Flux, and we're gonna have a good time. CG is ascendant. Things are getting better every day. So and Dark Gift Comics is
Ain't no virus taking us down.
Yeah, exactly. Ain't no I'll come with another name for it. Anyway, thank y'all so much for watching. For the people who did, I hope some people watch later because we'll figure this out. If I have to complain to YouTube, I might actually have to do that. Anyway, thank y'all guys for showing up, and we will see you Monday. And we're going to have the Mary Boys guys on to talk about the Mary's Boys. So we'll see you then.
Camera right.
We'll see you then, and we just get everybody on the frame. And y'all have a good one, and we'll see you on Monday. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody. Thanks for tuning in.